Hey everybody, it is your girl Priestess Iris Rose here, aka Monze Swamon, and I am coming to you with another Priestess Diaries. Let's get on into this entry. Come on, come on. All right, y'all. So let's go ahead and talk about it. So let me get some, because this is a needed conversation. Okay. So I felt it was necessary to come on here in my purest, most natural form. Okay. Now I'm not taking my hair out right now. I mean, I need to take it out soon, but I'm not taking it out right now. So I'm not in my completely natural state because, of course, I have extensions, braided extensions. My hair is in a protective style. However, other than that, I am in a completely natural form. I came to you in an outfit that is completely understated. Like, it's one of those outfits that, for me, I can just lounge around in the house with, or, you know what I'm saying, put on something real quick to go to the store. Now I know for most this would be cookout attire, or, you know, going to a party, or like this is done up for somebody, not for me, because that's just how I am. But anyway, that's not the whole topic of discussion that we're having now. The topic of discussion that we're having now, and I'm actually going to have to make a video about my wardrobe styles, because I noticed some things, and I noticed I be dumbing myself down wardrobe wise when I be going out. Anyway, that's another video. We got to do that video, so don't let me forget to do that video, okay? So this video here, I really want to speak on self-esteem, okay? Because I have noticed over the course of 3 years, I want to say, I noticed for a fact 3 years it's been getting progressively worse, right? And I say 3 years because prior to that, when social media was like really, I say 3 years because that's COVID. You know what I'm saying? COVID, and then post-COVID, right? So I'm not talking pre-COVID, because pre-COVID we was living normally. We was kind of, you know, things weren't popping, but you know what I'm saying? We was going about our normal lives, our normal selves. And it really wasn't as highlighted as it has been after COVID. So self-esteem, especially when it's in regards to social media. Okay, so what I've noticed is a lot of people have an issue with embracing their true form, their rawest form, their most natural form. People have such big issues with embracing that and being on camera with it and taking pictures, being your normal self, and it's sad. So what I've noticed, and I've noticed this within my own friend group as well, so I'm not just speaking like outside, like I'm speaking on what I've experienced, what I'm seeing myself, right? One of the biggest things, and the biggest reason why I really wanted to make this video, is because the use of filters, and I hate to say it too, because I'm a culprit of it, but the use of makeup as well as filters is starting to get a little bit out of hand. And I think the way I do my makeup, I do it so that it doesn't alter what you see now. It doesn't necessarily alter that too much. Now, yes, it enhances it, but it doesn't alter it. What I'm saying by that is, when you look at me now and you look at me with makeup, I still have that same facial makeup. I still have that same facial construct. I still look like myself, right? But in some instances, you have people who do makeup so dramatically different from who they are naturally that their before and after is totally different. And people are like, oh my God, you catfished me. So you have that, right? And then on the other hand, you have people who excessively use filters. I don't have a filter on here. And I've even gotten so that I don't like filters. When Snapchat first really came out and was really popping like that, they had the filters, the cute filters with the cat ears and the dog ears with the tongue coming out and this and that third. Like, those were fun filters, right? But then people started making their own filters and started making filters that changed your natural perception. It gave you flawless skin, it gave you lashes, it did makeup on you, and all you had to do was sit in front of your camera like this, and you put a filter on, and it just totally changes who you are. Some filters even change the facial construct of your face. I have a very oval face, right? And some people will say my chin is kind of sharp. I have noticed filters that will soften up my chin and kind of reduce my nose a little bit, and even filters that, even though I have full lips, will give me fuller lips, and I know who those filters are for, okay? Anyway, but it's things like that bother me, because more often than not, people are using filters. And so it's like, people are never getting the real you, okay? What really, really bothered me is seeing or realizing that, okay, so I have a friend who takes pictures of their daughter and they use filters on the pictures. I have never personally seen a photo posted of their daughter without a filter on. And that's super alarming to me. Number one, because it speaks to the self-esteem of the mom, okay? And yes, she's always using filters. If there's a photo, you take a photo without a filter, you have to delete it. She has to have, she's one of those ones that has to see the photo before you post it, and she has to approve before you post anything. That is a self-esteem issue. That's a big self-esteem issue. Because I've seen photos of me, or photos with me in a group posted, and everybody in the group looks good, and I look kind of crazy, but I don't care. I'm like, all right, it was me. It was me at that moment. You know what I'm saying? I don't look my best, or it's not my best angle, or this and the third. And that's another thing, certain angles and, making sure you're a certain which way, just be naturally you. Because honestly, okay, and I'm going to get to this part before I say what I want to say. Also, body image. Now, looking at me here, now, do you have this table right here too? So there's kind of I ain't even gonna make an excuse. But anyway, so looking at me now, my arms, I'm not as fit as I want to be. You know what I'm saying? As I want to be, right? But I love my body. I love the skin that I'm in. Period. All across the board. No makeup. My hair is long. I have pretty hair. It's thinning though. That's the only, that's why I'm like, I like my protective styles, because my hair is starting to thin. But not only that though, I worked hard for the shape and the body that I'm in. I wear a size small, extra small. I can get into mediums. I'm teetering on the 4s. I'm a solid 6, and I can wear some 8s. Okay. But that's coming from somebody who used to be a size 16 going into 18 a few years ago. So my journey is special to me. And that's why throughout the journey, throughout the weight loss journey, I've learned to love the skin that I'm in, especially when I started seeing the results that I really, really wanted to see. But I was loving the skin that I was in prior to getting here. And that's why I was like, I once I saw some pictures of me from a few years ago, I was like, why y'all never told me I was that big? And it was like, honestly, we didn't see it that way. Like, you wore your weight very well. It was very, well distributed. You always dressed your body size or your body type. So it was kind of hard for us to be like, oh girl, you getting big, because it was never something that was like blatant, right? I'm always somebody who looks nice. Okay. So they was just like, it wasn't a thing until like you started getting small and we realized, oh well, damn, like she's small, like she scoops. So now it's one of those things where I get, don't lose no more weight, don't this, that, and the third, you don't need to lose no more weight, but I'm gonna do me anyway. Okay. I'm trying to tone up. I have this I call my pregnancy pooch. I still have my pregnancy pooch. I still have that fupa area of loose skin, and that's mainly all it is loose skin. But I embrace my body. I embrace who I am. I love the skin that I'm in, and I dress nice. I dress for my body type. Always has, always will. Okay. So I'm not necessarily one who has or suffers from self-esteem issues. But I think that's why it's so easy for me to recognize certain things, right? So getting back to my friend, she's always got filters on. If she doesn't have makeup, it's definitely a filter. If she doesn't have makeup on, it's definitely a filter. It's very seldom that she'll post any photos of her without makeup, and if she does, she'll put it in like an Instagram story so that it disappears in like 24 hours. It's never on Snapchat though. So I think she has different audiences on different platforms, which is, we normally all do, but like my Snapchat is normally more personal than my Instagram and my Facebook. Y'all don't get shit, but anyway, so it started to become really concerning to me when it started trickling down to her daughter. And I realized that you're doing your daughter a huge disservice, because number one, it's going to teach her when she looks back and she sees all these photos and she sees filters on every single one of her photos. Number one, it's like, do you not love me for me? Do you not love the natural me? And she is such a cutie pie. Like, there's no filters needed, for real. So number one, did you not love me for me? Like, is my natural beauty not enough? Like, you're teaching your child that her natural self is not enough. She has to strive for perfection. And I really feel like God made us perfectly. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? I really feel like God made us perfectly. So, then two, she'll never be able to see her true self. She'll always be able to strive for this vision of perfection that won't necessarily always be there. And it's really disheartening, because it's like you're creating an issue where there doesn't have to be one. You're creating an issue where we're trying to learn how to love on ourselves the way we are. And a lot of people, a lot of our sisters are beginning to step into their divine feminine energy and realizing that the extras is not necessarily needed. It's about you and the energy that you exude. Now, like I said, I love dolling up, okay? But I have also come to the realization that I don't doll up half as much as I used to. I used to feel like I had to be dolled up, literally makeup, everything, as soon as I left the house. But now I'm at a point where I can leave like this and be totally fine and turn heads. And it's not necessarily about turning heads, but it's about that self-confidence. It's about having a high self-esteem. And it's lacking heavily. I'm gonna go into body shaming too, because I spoke on my body. Why is it that we can't support all different body types? Why is it that we have to insult somebody by saying, oh, you bad built, or you built like a brick, or you built like Grimace, or this, that, and the third? Like, that does not make people feel good, okay? And a lot of people are dealing with psychological issues where their body is concerned. I've expressed having body dysmorphia. I've expressed where I am now as to where I'm scared to gain weight. So there's so many different issues that people go through mentally and emotionally when it comes to their body, their image, their body image, their body weight. Like, I don't like how I look kind of chubby here, but I understand that I'm sitting down. Like, if I stood up, you'd be like, oh girl, please. Like, what are you really talking about? But sitting down, you know, things settle. Things, you know what I'm saying? So, but I'm okay with this. And I'm cool with coming on camera, being me, totally me, like raw, like, you know what I'm saying? Unfiltered, unadulterated me. But you have people who will not present themselves that way. I have another friend who, when we take pictures, especially group pictures, she tries to stand in the back, even though she's shorter than a majority of us. She tries to stand in the back because she wants to hide her body. But my thing is, what's the good use in hiding your body if when you go out, and you go out often, when you go out, people see you, people see the real you. So why are you hiding it? Like, why are you hiding yourself? And not only that, if you are that unhappy with your body or your circumstance, look to fix it. Look to make some adjustments. And I've been that friend. I kid you not. I have receipts, okay? I've been that friend who will, you tell me that you are interested in working out. You tell me that, you know what I'm saying, you're interested in getting yourself right. I was that friend who was driving an hour from my house to go to the gym where they were located, just to be like, hey, I'm at the gym. If you want to come through, like, work out together, let's do that. I did that for like a whole month and a half, and nobody joined me. So I started going back to the gym that was literally minutes from my house. Why am I going to waste my time? Like, I'm here for you. I'm doing this for free. Like, I'm not asking nothing of you. Like, I'm legitimately trying to help you out of love. And you're not doing anything to really help work on that circumstance. I really tell people all the time that once you get into the mentality of working out, things come so much easier. Working out comes easier. Accepting yourself comes easier as you are. Celebrating yourself, because some people don't like to celebrate themselves. Celebrating small victories. All of these things start to come easier when you really start to move things in a positive direction and really work on and be focused and intentional about working on and making, achieving your goals, right? So we've come into a era in time where you have Instagram models or social media models, and it's even so now that these people are selling workout programs and workout boot camps and stuff, and they were on somebody's surgical table. That is not how they got the results of you know what I'm saying? Their workout plan or their workout boot camp is not how they got the results that you see. You know what I'm saying? So you'll never be able to get the body that they are advertising, because you're trying to do it naturally and they got on the table. They got on the surgery table. So it's one of those things where it's like, y'all, we have to really start trying to like embrace our natural beauty. We really have to get into this energy of loving on yourself. And when I say loving on yourself and self-care, that's a part of it. Like accepting who you are, accepting yourself, and then making changes of yourself in the areas in which you don't like, you want to see change. And so I felt like it was important for me to like really highlight this situation, because it's getting out of hand. You got people that are dying on surgical tables. But not only that, it's like it's a crossroads now, because we're getting into a time in where people are starting to be scared to have surgeries because so many people are dying on the surgery table. And then natural bodies are coming back. So people are starting to get enhancements removed. So it's like, where do you where do you fit in? And the real true answer of where do you fit in is where God made you, how God made you. You fit in your natural state. You fit in just the way you are. So I really want to really focus on raising self-esteem, and which is one of the reasons for the video, raising self-esteem, raising awareness that this is the type of energy that we're seeing, and hopefully to shift that energy back into 90s beauty type standards. Like, we were naturally everything in the 90s. Look at Aaliyah. Okay, we were naturally everything. Look at Left Eye. Left Eye was beautiful, and I know these people have passed on, but if you think about it, people have memorialized them in their natural beauty, in their natural states, without doing a whole lot of hoorah with their natural bodies and all that. And then we get to the point where we're like, oh my God, stop doing stuff to yourself because you look a mess. Like, that is not, you did too much. So how about we just never start? How about we start encouraging each other and telling each other how beautiful we are? How about we really start to really pour into each other and really feel the beauty in which God gave us, and not the standards of the social norms now, because those change and they fluctuate, and you don't want to find yourself making permanent decisions for a temporary energy or a temporary phase, right? So that's my entry for today. I just felt like it was something that just needed to be spoken on. Like, stop doing that, especially to your little girls, your babies. Like, this child is 5 years old and I have never seen a photo without a filter, and it's concerning. So yeah, love yourself, love on your children, and make sure your children feel naturally beautiful, even if you don't, because growing up, it's going to be necessary, especially in the superficial world that we live in, and we don't know, we don't really know. I mean, with AI, artificial intelligence, everything just seems like it's going in an artificial direction, and we just need some real people. So that's my entry, y'all. I hope you guys enjoyed. And I hope we can make this like a discussion where we can keep this going and we can keep talking about it. So if you have any comments or anything, make sure you drop them in the comment section below. And let's like really get into it. Like, let's really talk about it, because I really feel like this is an issue that this just one video is not going to do justice for. I really feel like this needs to be something that is spoken about more. So I'm going to speak on it. So, all right, y'all. Well, like I said, that's my entry. I got to go.